Louisville, national champions, 1980.
Cardinals have won the national championship. 75th NCAA college basketball champions.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Third Banner Pod. Here we are back on a Friday fun night. Ty's put together another awesome night, a little contest here. Ty, go ahead and take it away and explain what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, so we are going to be playing Are You Smarter Than Connor? Ash, you're going to be our contestant. We're going to put that to the test, see if you are smarter than Connor. This is like a Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, Third Banner Pod remix. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully a lot of laughs. Chat as well. You guys got to be locked in and tuned in, okay? Because you all are going to be part of the game. We're going to be asking you questions and stuff. You're going to be answering. There's a specific cheat or power up that has to deal with you guys that we're going to need you for. So I need you locked in and ready to go.
All right, boys. Connor, welcome.
I got my
iPad ready. You locked in and ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, let me get the overlays straightened out here. Boom. Back at it. Ty, take it away. Get us started.
Let's do it. Bam. How does that look?
That looks great. Smarter than Connor. I hope.
Get this moved over here.
God, I hope you mess up. I will laugh my ass off.
He's going to make fun of me so hard.
All right. So we got the chat up. We got all that good stuff. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. So these are our topics here. It's pretty self-explanatory here. Questions go up in difficulty, obviously. So first grade questions going to be typically easier. Fifth grade, obviously harder. You're going to have 4 cheats. I'm not good enough with PowerPoint to get them to go away. So I'm just going to show you what they are and I'll explain them. Okay. Eat one is an obvious cheat here. So if you can just get one wrong for free, that's on you. You got it wrong. We'll keep it moving. Okay. You got Saved by the Bell, which is going to be technically Saved by Connor. So if you get it wrong, Ash, and Connor has it right, he can save you. You can technically get another one wrong.
He's going to miss it on purpose.
He might, just because we all know what the end result is. If you lose, Ash, you have to look in the camera and say, I'm not smarter than Connor.
Doing it.
You have to do it if you lose. So you got peek, which is you'll be able to peek over and look at Connor's answer. So Connor has his little iPad out with a whiteboard app. He's going to be writing down his answers. You'll be able to take a look at what he writes before you give your official answer. And then we have recess, which is where we're going to look over to the chat. We're going to see what they're saying, what we're going to kind of poll them and go from there. And I'll let you know what they say. You can formulate your answer. And before anyone says anything, I don't want to hear nothing. First grade Kenny Payne is not an insult on his intelligence. It's just an easy question. It's kind of like more recent. So if anyone says, "Oh, look, they're making fun of kid," no, that's not what it is. You'll see when you get there. So, chat, give me some thumbs up here or something. Let me know you all are ready.
If Kenny Payne question is not the one that I asked you last night, I'm going to be really mad because that one was hilarious.
I cannot confirm nor deny that that's what it is. So,
all right, Ash, I hid the chat.
Yep, Connor, hide the chat as well.
Is hidden.
I don't even have it on. Period.
Perfect. All right, Ash, you ready to go? Where would you like to go first?
We'll just start first grade championships.
First grade.
I assume you want to start at the bottom and work your way up, right?
Well, it's really up to you. I think usually when they did the show, they kind of started at first grade. It was a little more aesthetically pleasing, but you can go anywhere you want to go. But you want to go first grade championships.
Yeah, we'll go first grade championships.
Tack Bro, I see you in there. Tack Bro, be ready. We might have to call on you, man. Be ready. First grade championships. I need you to name the 3 years of the 3 national championships Louisville men's basketball has won.
Okay, so I'm going to actually cheat, and I will argue to the death on this. 1956, 1980, and 1986.
Okay, so I don't think that's how this works. So if you want to answer the question, Ash, what are the 3 years of the national championships that Louisville men's basketball has won?
Hey, pre-automatic bids, the NIT counted in the 50s.
We
man.
are not counting.
That's not
the
what
NIT.
that's not what it says.
But I know
Ash-
that 2013 is the answer you wanted instead of 1956.
So you're going to lock in what 3 years, please?
1980, 1986, and 2013.
2013. Okay. That is the correct answer. So you have completed the first question. Pretty easy, right? We got to get the easy ones out of the way. It's first grade. You're supposed to know this stuff.
But
as
for
Louisville
real,
fans.
like being serious, like if Kansas will come out and say that they're 6-time national champions, those aren't NCAA titles. We should be saying that we're 4-time national champions. And I will die on that hill.
Well, I will allow you to die on that hill,
You
but
can die on it if you want, buddy.
you can die on it if you want. But for the sake of this game, that is the answer. So
I outwitted Ty with my first answer.
we got big Cardinal fan saying, "How is Ash trying so hard to be so wrong so early?" That's a good question.
That's actually not wrong, though. It's just a different
you're
different
taking the
philosophy.
long way to get to the first grade answer. So where would you like to go next?
We'll go to second grade quarterbacks.
Second
Climb the
grade
ladder here.
quarterbacks. All right. Name 3 of the top 5 all-time leading passers in Louisville history. You need to give me 3 of the 5.
Chris Redmond. Well, and then volume might come into play, but Teddy Bridgewater. And then I'm trying to think of like anybody left early or anything. Oh, Malik Cunningham.
So you're going to lock in Chris Redmond, Teddy Bridgewater, and Malik Cunningham.
Yeah.
Connor, let's see what you wrote in.
He didn't write anything, did he?
He's got what the you got? I see red. I see Lamar and Teddy.
Unitas being you.
Unitas. Okay, so you gave me 4. The correct answer is any of these 5 here: Chris Redmond, Brian Brom, Teddy Bridgewater, Malik Cunningham, and Lamar Jackson. No, I'm saying these are the top 5. You had to give me 3 of the 5.
Yeah.
So I'm looking over here.
So I got it right.
You got it right. You're 2 for 2 so far. Looking over the chat, Tack Bro says Nagel, Redmond, Teddy. Nagel was close. He wasn't quite there. I think
because he transferred in, so he didn't actually have the longevity.
Yeah, Nagel is close though. Kyle says, damn, probably Malik. He was here 22 years. That is also true. All right, Ash, where would you like to go next? Keep in mind, you still have your 4 peaks or your 4 cheats, excuse me.
Okay, so we'll go to first grade Kenny Payne question.
First grade Kenny Payne. Like I said, I don't want no clickbait. We are not making fun of Kenny Payne here. Kenny Payne earned his first official career win as head coach at Louisville against this in-state school. Name the school, please.
I don't know.
Is writing in his answer. You don't know.
I actually don't know this. Hey, this was last. I've slept since then.
God,
keep in mind,
I tried to black out that whole season, man.
I already have the answer. You suck.
Don't show it. Keep in mind, you have 4 cheats. You have your eat one, so you just get one wrong for free.
No, I think if you fuck up the first one, we got a first grade question. We got an issue.
I mean,
yeah, but I don't remember who we played even in the last season.
The chat.
I blocked out so many of those games. I'll just guess that I don't even know. I thought we lost to Bellarmine last year. So
well, okay. Listen, talk it out, Ash. So let's talk it out.
I know we played Bellarmine, but I thought we lost to them last year.
Okay, so keep going.
I'll just go with them though.
You're gonna guess Bellarmine.
I'm just gonna guess Bellarmine. I thought we lost to them though.
All right. Ash is going with Bellarmine on his first. on his Kenny Payne question. Connor, can you show me your answer, please? Connor has written in
Western.
WKU. The correct answer is.
And I don't remember last year at
WKU.
all.
So does he have to say it then? Since he didn't use any of his
No,
cheats?
he just used his Saved by the Bell. So Saved by the Bell is
Saved
gone.
by the Bell is gone.
I'm gonna go ahead and cross that out. Like I said, I'm not a good enough a PowerPoint to cross it out. But so you are down a cheat on the first grade question, Ash. We're gonna need you to step it up here. But anyways, you are still up.
Second grade baseball.
Second grade baseball. I think you'll probably do pretty well with this one. This former Cardinals catcher and current LA Dodger made his first All-Star game appearance in 2023.
Free agent after 25. We'll see what happens.
So you're going to lock in your answer with Will Smith. Is that correct?
Yep.
Correct answer is Will Smith.
We need him on the team this year.
Not bad. Not bad. I figured you would crush that one. That was kind of up your alley.
But apparently we scored 21 runs today.
Oh, the baseball team did do good today, didn't they?
No, they lost the first game to St. Bonaventure and then dropped 21 in the second game.
Oh, was it a doubleheader?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was a doubleheader. I saw them lose and I just turned the TV off.
Okay.
We got picked off. Did you see that in the last inning? We got picked off first. The tying run on first got picked off.
I didn't. I had to go over to the arena.
I got mad and turned it off.
Ash, you're already getting trolled, my brother. Kyle's saying Jill Smith was the correct answer.
That's actually pretty good. Props.
Jill Smith. That's good.
What about Emily Engstler?
Emily Engstler.
I don't even remember what sport she plays now.
Emily Engstler?
Was it basketball or volleyball?
Women's basketball.
Okay.
All right. Where would you like to go next?
We'll go to third grade assists.
Third grade assists. Who is the all-time leader in assists at Louisville? A. Peyton Siva, B. LeBradford Smith, C. Phil Bond, or D. Terrence Williams?
LeBradford Smith.
Gonna go lock in LeBradford Smith. Connor, did you give an answer yet?
I have not.
Well, who is it? Let us know.
I'm gonna go with LeBradford Smith.
Okay. That's not how this works, fifth grader. You're supposed to have the answer before. But anyways, the correct answer is B, LeBradford Smith.
Well, I knew it wasn't Peyton.
And go on YouTube and find the climbing Mount Everest duck that he had. Man, that was awesome.
I mean, I knew it wasn't Peyton or T-Will, so.
Actually, Peyton's not far
Peyton
behind
got pretty
him.
close, though.
Peyton is close. I think Peyton's like second or third.
People don't realize that a lot of people don't remember that LeBradford had so many assists because people just remember his dunks.
Looking at the chat here, Tron says LeBradford Smith. Pat says LeBradford Smith. Kyle actually had Phil Bond. He actually got that one wrong.
All right. Before both of us played. So
where would you like to go next, Ash? You're doing pretty well.
To the third grade for Donovan Mitchell there.
Going third grade, Donovan Mitchell. Which of the following teams was the original team to draft Donovan Mitchell in the 2017 NBA draft? Was it the A, Utah Jazz, B, Minnesota Timberwolves, C, Denver Nuggets, or D, San Antonio Spurs?
C, the Denver Nuggets.
Gonna lock in C, Denver Nuggets. Connor.
That is correct.
You locked in C, Denver Nuggets. The correct answer is C, Denver Nuggets. So a lot of people forget that Donovan was actually picked by the Nuggets in the lottery and was traded on draft night to the Jazz.
That could have been actually a little bit higher up on the list here, I think.
And I don't even watch the NBA.
It's just kind of a trick question there.
A little bit of a tricky one.
Let's go to fourth grade Jeff Brom questions.
Fourth grade Jeff Brom. I think you're going to see the difficulty go up a little bit here. So think this one out. Don't just blurt something out, okay?
Well,
Jeff Brom's first game as head coach of Purdue was against Louisville at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Who was Louisville's leading receiver in the game?
Shoot. Man, that game was so frustrating, too, because we thought we were going to blow the doors off of them, and then it was close.
It was definitely a close one for sure.
Yeah.
I will say you still have 3 cheats left. You have a peek. You can look at Connor's answer. You can look at the chat. And you haven't eat one.
Can you give me?
I don't remember exactly what year it was.
Give me the year because I think I have the answer, but I don't know if I have the year right.
I have to go look it up. I'm pretty positive it's 2017, but I'll go look it up just for sake of accuracy.
I will use what is the one where I can ask the chat or whatever?
Here's 2017. So you have your recess cheat
Yeah,
where you can
let's use the recess.
chat.
I can actually pull it up myself or
here, I'll just kind of tell you what we're going. So chat, I'm going to give you all a minute. I need you to answer the question for me. Jeff Brom's first career game as head coach of Purdue was against Louisville at Lucas Oil Stadium. Who was Louisville's leading receiver? Okay. So like I said, guys, we're looking for Louisville's leading receiver, not Purdue. Not Purdue.
I was out on the red turf then.
I'll give the chat a little bit to give some answers in here. I'm seeing a Rondale Moore, which is again
Rondale's
for
not on our
Purdue.
team. You idiots.
That's for Purdue. Seeing a Marshawn Ford.
Was he even on the team then?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the chat says. I mean, Ash, you don't have to lock anything in, but what are you leaning right now?
I actually don't. I felt like it was not one of our leading, like one of the main guys. I felt like it was like our third receiver or something that year because I'm blanking who it was.
Kyle's the one who said Rondale Moore at first. He says he's from Louisville. You didn't specify. You bum.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
We know
Louisville
what you mean.
University, and I'm pretty positive Rondale Moore was not on that team. Rondale was not on Purdue's first team with Jeff.
Well, and then for me, it's like some of these games get tough because that's when I was working out in Spokane. So it's like a lot of times we had a game at the same time, so I didn't even get to watch the game a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, I think the chat's kind of giving their answers. So just for sake of polling purposes here, I see some Jalen Smiths in here. I see one Marshawn Ford, and I see a 2-2 guess. So a lot more Jalen Smiths than anything.
Yeah, I'll go with Jalen Smith.
All right. Connor, who'd you lock in, by the way? Jalen Smith was Connor's answer. The correct answer is Jalen Smith. How about that? The chat saved you there, dude. That was a tough one. It was a tough one.
Man, just
the only receiver I could think of.
Are we going to sidetrack real quick? So I was working at Eastern Washington University as an assistant AD that year.
Cooper Cup factory, baby.
And I actually, 2017, we played in Lubbock against Texas Tech and just got obliterated. But I got the night before the game, I got drunker than I've ever gotten in my whole life. Like we were out in the town. And fans for Texas Tech fans just kept bringing us drinks. I don't know if they thought we were coaches or what, but man, I have never been that drunk. I woke up in the middle of the night just projectile vomiting. It was the most drunk I've ever been. I feel so bad for this guy named Chris was my roommate on the road that trip.
Jesus.
The next day was awful because we had one of our donors with me, and he was so hungover. We had given him a sideline pass. He was laying down on the sideline with one of those like flags draped over his back.
Well, yeah, because it was probably August or
It
September.
was hotter than blazes, too.
I was about to say it was August or September in Texas.
Yeah, I was about to say Lubbock gets hot. Look at the chat here. Trey says, I'm smarter than a Connor. That is... I would tend to agree there. Pat says Lamar balled out that game. He really did. So whenever I made that question, I honestly didn't know the answer at first. I thought it was Dez Fitzpatrick because I remember Dez. That was like one of his
Dez
Oh,
score that game though.
He did score, and that was kind of like the breakout game for Dez early on in his career.
I was
kind of shocked
thinking that Michael Lee Harris actually had a big game then, but I can't remember if he was still on the team at that point.
Michael Lee Harris.
I think he's.
Christ.
He had like
think
3
he's
or
a
4
little
games that
too
were
old.
really good, but
Michael Lee Harris was gone.
What's what I said? I couldn't remember if he was still on the team.
He came in with Teddy.
And we didn't have, but he stayed after because he
up,
had
Desmond?
an injury year and everything.
Desmond, good to see you, man. Hey, Desmond, lock in, bro. We need some help here because Ash is down another cheat. So we just
I've only
used
got
recess.
Peak and Eat One. Those are the two I have left.
You got Peak and Eat One left. So Ash, where do you want to go? Continuing the game.
We'll go to 4th grade 2013 national championship game.
All right.
I mean, you got the first question wrong, so you don't know anything about the 2013 national championship game.
He's almost speaking facts here. 4th grade national championship game. So this Michigan bench player averaged 1.8 points per game the entire season and had not scored more than 7 points in a game.
Oh, that's the dude that
before erupting for 17 points and almost costing the Cardinals their 3rd championship. What is his name?
That would be Spike.
I'm going to need the full name, sir.
Who's his last name?
Uh-oh.
Fuck. I can picture this dude, Spike. He was in those. Wasn't he the guy that was in 3 plane crashes too?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he was in like 3 plane crashes.
I don't know if I spelled it right, but I have his last name.
Spike. Albrecht or something.
Gonna lock in Spike Albrecht. Connor, show us your answer.
I don't know if I spelled it right, but
Albrecht. Okay. The correct answer is Spike Albrecht.
There we go.
Dude, I was close.
I was sweating that one because I knew who it was. I just couldn't think for sure of his last name.
Bro, he was crazy in the first half. He was giving us fits.
Yeah. But look him up. I'm pretty sure he was in 3 plane crashes.
I'll have to look that one up. That I do not know. Patrick says Ash's plane is crashing right now because we're down a few cheats and we're down to the last few questions. All right, Ash, where would you like to go? Hey, you have 2 cheats. We're in the 2. We have 3 questions left. There's $1 million question, but you got to get there first.
Presidents. What's presidents of U of L or?
I can't disclose any further information. You're just gonna have to find out for yourself.
Well, all right, let's find out what that is.
5th grade presidents. This former Cardinal DB returned a blocked field goal attempt 82 yards against West Virginia in 2011 and also just happens to share the same name as the 17th president of the United States. What is his name? Don't show it, Connor. You're almost showing. Don't show it.
I am blanking on who this was. I don't know.
I'm looking at the chat. I don't even think chat has it yet. This might be a good one.
I bet Mark does because he's a damn history buff. I guarantee Mark has it.
He might actually have it. I'm seeing some chat finally answers starting to roll in a little bit. Talk it out, Ash. Talk it out. Let's talk it out. We got some time.
Talk out your presidents.
So where are you leaning? What do you think? Do you remember
I'm not
the
leaning.
game?
I'm totally blanking on this one. I can't even remember who was on the 2011 team right now.
I mean, do you remember the play? Do you remember West?
I don't remember it at all.
I don't know the play, but I can tell you who did it.
Desmond is screaming, "Put me up there!" Desmond knows the answer, dude.
Well, I can't go to the chat.
Cannot go to the chat. Do not. We can't do that. So you can eat one and you have a peek.
What's the peak? I don't remember what the peak is.
So the peak is you can look at Connor's answer right now and see what he wrote down and then see if you want to go with that or not.
All right, let's look at what Connor has.
So we're using our peak here. Connor has wrote down Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, there we go.
Andrew Jackson. So is that what you want to lock in?
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
I regret to inform you that is actually incorrect. The correct answer is Andrew Johnson.
Oh, shit.
Not Andrew Jackson.
What the hell, Connor? You failed me.
So, Connor.
Andrew Johnson's not a president, dumbass.
Yes, he is. He's the 17th president, dumbass. Go look it up. Google is your friend.
No shot.
He's the 7th. I don't know what you want me to say, dude.
So I'm out.
You're well, no, you still have, you use your eat one, right?
Oh, okay. So I have to use my. So I have
now,
no
you
more.
You have no more cheats, and you got the final question before the $1 million question.
All right, Rick Pitino, let's go.
Going with 5th grade Rick Pitino. Before I click it, I want to see the chat here. Trey says Connor is stupid. Yes. Big Cardinal big Cardinal fan. Lincoln's Union Party ticket VP. Desmond screaming. He knows the answer. I mean, come on now. Ash is John Wilkes Booth assassinating this game. All right, 5th grade Rick Pitino. What is the name of the school who Rick Pitino beat in his final victory at U of L? And I'm giving you a hint. This is also the last game U of L has won in the NCAA tournament dating back to 2017. This is tough.
Well, wait, shit. Was it Florida?
I mean, you got to lock in it. You got to lock something in. So, but I mean, talk it out. You got some time. Talk it out. We'll see what the chat says. Obviously, we can't look at them, but talk it out. You got some time. I might be willing to give you one more hint. We'll see. We'll see though.
I don't think that hint actually helped. For some reason, I want to say Florida, but I don't.
So, like I said, the hint is it was the last game we've won in the tournament, and it was in 2017. Now, if you can remember that 2017 team. Trey says, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even think I don't think it was Florida now that I'm thinking, because I think that was a few years before that we played Florida in the tournament. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a little bit ago. I mean, you gotta give us something, man. This is for the game, by the way. This is, I mean, if you get this wrong, you got to look in the camera and say, I'm not smarter than Connor.
I'm just trying to picture the bracket.
Connor, have you written down your answer?
Yes, and I'm not confident.
You're not confident? I do have another hint. I'm afraid it might give it away, though.
Wait. Yeah, I think I'm more confident.
Oh shit! I'm not going to guess because that's not what I was going to say. I was thinking of a first-round opponent. I was going to guess UC Irvine, but I couldn't remember.
I clicked the arrow and it went next.
No, I'll be fair. I wasn't thinking them. I was thinking UC Irvine. So, but that was not the same year.
The correct answer is Jacksonville State. So I was going to say,
I don't remember that game at all.
I feel like an idiot for hitting that. So, anyways, the hint I was going to give is we're playing them at football. So I was afraid it might give it away. But I'm looking over. The only one I see that got it right was
okay, I've got a trivia. Connor, I'm not as smart as you, but which football opponent did we beat in the NCAA tournament the Final Four year where with Taekwon Dean and Francisco Garcia?
How old was I when that happened?
I was gonna say Connor was probably in diapers at that point.
Ty's over you. You're not that much older than me.
I was pretty young.
Connor, I'm testing you here. Who are you going to go with?
Can I look at the football schedule?
No.
Well, while you're figuring that out, Connor, Trey says Ty fumbled. Yeah, I really did, bro. That was a huge bag drop right there. That's crazy. Well, we have $1 million question. You've already
Connor,
lost.
it was Austin P.
Oh, was that 03? Was that when we won the OVC in 03 with Gibb?
No, that we played. No, it was the Final Four year, so it would have been 04, 05. Yeah.
So that would have been Corey's senior year.
Yeah.
All right, enough of this AP talk. Let's go. Let's do the $1 million question. Let's just play it out. You've already lost, and after this, I'll make you do your punishment. Okay. This is the
we did also
question.
play Georgia Tech in Nashville, and we blew Georgia Tech's ass out too.
Teddy Bridgewater, oh boy.
Yep, this is the topic.
I got to
close the chat
again. I got to close the chat again. I had it open while I was asking Connor. There we go.
So the $1 million question topic is Teddy Bridgewater. The question is complete Teddy Bridgewater's career path in the NFL. I've given you a few in here, so we're starting out with the Vikings. You see the Saints, Broncos, and Lions on there. I need you to name those 3 teams along his career path.
Well, after the Saints was Carolina, right? And then after Denver must have been Florida. Miami. After the Vikings is the one that I'm struggling with.
So I'll give you a minute to figure that
'Cause
out.
I
I'm
thought he
looking at
went
the
straight
chat.
from the Vikings to New Orleans.
Looking at the chat here to see what they say. As long as we got the chat closed, see Trace
I'm not going to
has
get
given
that
his answer.
Vikings to that one after the Vikings. I'm not going to get that one.
You have the chat closed, right? You don't have it open?
No, I closed it.
Okay, good. Trace has the correct answer. For
I know
everybody
this after
wondering.
the Saints was Carolina, and then after Denver was Miami, but I don't know the one after the Vikings.
And no, Trace, I don't have $1 million to give you for getting it right, but you can use that. You got it right. So
What is it?
He didn't go anywhere twice, did he?
Not that no, he did not. So Connor, give me your answer.
I have 2 of the 3.
You have 2 of the 3?
Yeah.
You have the same 2 I just said?
Yeah, those are the only ones that I knew.
I think you're gonna know it whenever. I mean, obviously you'll know when I show it, but like you'll remember. So the correct answer is the New York Jets, Carolina
I don't remember him
Panthers,
with the Jets at all.
and the Miami Dolphins. Now
Was
the
that like
reason
an
why you
off-season
the
thing?
reason why you don't remember, funny enough, so the Jets picked him up when Minnesota moved on. And then that was also the year that the Jets drafted Sam Darnold. So in the preseason, Teddy was phenomenal in the preseason. He looked great. It was coming off the big leg injury. He looked really good. But Sam Darnold also looked really good in preseason.
So they
and
cut him.
they
my
ended up
question
trading him. They
my
traded him to the
question was
Saints.
going to be, did
I
he
don't
play
remember that at
for
all.
He was
My-
not with the Jets long. It was just an offseason in the preseason.
He had a good year with the Saints, though.
Yeah, he came in for Breeze.
My question was going to be, did he play for your Jets?
That is correct. So it was the Jets. And like I said, he was not there long. I thought about maybe taking them out just because he didn't actually play official snap.
And the only reason you put it in there is because you're a fucking Jets fan.
That is true. That's exactly true. No shame in it either. So there you have it, guys.
All right. Well, I'm going to open the chat back up here.
Yeah, open the chat. Teddy Two Gloves, a Jets legend. Yes, that's true.
Just like Mark Sanchez and the butt fumble.
Okay, we don't need to bring that up. No, Teddy was great in the preseason, and I was like really excited as a Jets fan. I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And we just happened to draft Sam 3rd overall, and that's an obvious decision. Like you got to go with who you drafted.
Sam Darnold sucks.
Now, yes, but
he was seeing ghosts. Remember?
I got to pull up this baseball. I didn't even realize we played a doubleheader today because I got mad when
we scored. So
when Klein got picked off first. I just rage turned off the TV.
Well, like I was listening to it because I can't watch that shit.
Let's see.
Captain Hampton says you should have a lot of shame.
Those announcers,
no shame. No shame here as being a Jets fan. No shame.
But like, shout out to Sean Moth. He's the only way I will listen to Louisville baseball. I will not watch it because the announcers are not very.
The announcers were terrible on the ESPN broadcast.
That's why you just
know what an immaculate inning was, and like
that's why you just turn on 970 on iHeartRadio and listen to Sean because he's the best there.
Yeah, but it's hard to sync that up when you're trying to watch the game at the same time.
Don't watch it. Just listen to him. He does just fine.
I guess I really wasn't watching it too closely anyway, because my TV in my home office is kind of almost behind me to my left. So a lot of times if I'm working on my work laptop, I can't really see it, but I'm listening to it. And every now and then I just turn around and watch. But
so I mean, like, how did they look in that second game? I know you said they lost the first.
We dropped 21 runs, Ty. Like, what do you want?
Oh, nice. I didn't know it was that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the box now because I actually didn't even realize we played a doubleheader.
Yeah, we dropped 21 runs and didn't play the starters. Like we played all the underclass guys because Dan had enough, and he was like, "All right, we're gonna play the underclassmen."
Only 2 home runs for a 21-run game is impressive too. It means a lot of hits.
Tactical Bro says, does anyone know why Sean Moth doesn't PA for basketball anymore? I'm sorry, but this guy McGarvey just doesn't have the same juice. Tactical, I actually agree with you. Like seriously, Sean Moth was awesome. And for me, like growing up as a kid, going to the games, that Sean's voice, like whenever we would hit a big three in the game,
Yeah.
like he was just so good at it. And it really does pain me to see that he's not doing basketball anymore. And he did football as well too. He was good at
I
football.
think so. Don't quote me on this, but I think it had something to do with COVID cuts, and it had to do with his.
I think it was too.
It was his Learfield contract and COVID cuts and something like that.
Which is really sad because Sean was so good, so good.
Well, and like the thing of it is, the department could use such a layup PR move.
Like bringing him back would bring
the easiest thing. And I realized that he said multiple times that, you know, he's happy, you know, living a family life and that kind of thing. But I do think that part of that is, one, is like not trying to embarrass the university because he still has a lot of love for the university.
Mm-hmm.
And two, like most of us that have worked in athletics, when we get out of it, oh man, it's so nice being out of it. But at the same time, you always have that itch to go back at some point too. And like right around the fall, whenever the fall sports are starting, it's like you start looking at all your former coworkers and you're like, man, I kind of miss game day. So
yeah, I don't know. It sucks. It's a tough one.
Day.
And I will say, like, the guy that does football, he just sounds too redneck to me. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but he sounds like he just sounds like somebody that should be in Commonwealth, not.
It's third down.
And it's not to me that he's saying the third down. It's just the voice, the way he pronounces things. He just sounds too redneck. And it's like, go back to Lexington, dude.
I don't know. I miss Sean for real. Like I said, growing up as a kid, the basketball, he was so good, so good, and he was good with football as well. But I'll always have those memories.
I mean, my memories are of Sean Moth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His three call whenever we would hit a big three in a game and a huge game to like swing it, the crowd, like everything. That's just what I remember.
Was he there for when we were number one, played Michigan in the whiteout with Chris Mack?
I have to go back and look that one up.
Who wasn't?
I don't think so. Was he?
Was before...
No, he might have been because that was before COVID.
It was before COVID.
That was the COVID season, but it was before COVID happened.
Yes.
Everything's running together.
Because I remember that I drove 2 hours for that game from Moorhead. I left right after class and was like, I got $20 tickets. I'm going to the game. I found my way into the student section. I drove 2 hours back to Moorhead and went to my 8 a.m. the next day. It was.
What's funny is a lot of people don't remember this. I mean, you guys won't because you're younger than I am, but like there was a lot of people that were mad whenever Tom pushed out John Tong and brought in Sean, because Sean was actually a pro announcer in Denver. I can't remember if it was for the Nuggets or it was for one of the pro teams out there.
I think it was the Avalanche.
Was it the Avs? And then when, you know, Tom came here, he was like, he didn't really like John Tong's style. So it was like, he kind of pushed him out and brought in Sean. But a lot of the old school guys were kind of pissed that
Captain
John Tong was
Hampton
gone.
Says for the Avalanche, like I guess the Colorado.
Okay.
Colorado.
Yeah,
Avalanche.
he was the PA announcer then for the Colorado Avalanche.
Which hockey announcing is so much different than basketball or football.
Yeah. Yeah.
He tried to do the whole Denver Broncos incomplete thing at first in football here, and it went over like a lead balloon. Like the crowd just didn't participate at all.
Desmond talking about when we were talking about Teddy said Jacksonville should have drafted him, but instead we drafted weak ass Blake Bortles. So based on you saying we, Desmond, I'm going to assume you're a Jags fan. Which
the London Jaguars, is that who you're a fan of? Sorry, Desmond, I just
but yeah, dude, Blake Bortles. I know Bortles beat Teddy head to head, but I never saw it.
This is going to sound really bad, but Blake Bortles broke my heart in an Applebee's on a Friday night.
What?
You don't remember that? You two don't remember that?
No, I don't.
When they came into the Cardinal Stadium and beat us.
Oh, I do remember. I was at that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I was at that game too. But
I didn't catch the reference the way you said it.
I didn't get the reference, but I never did see why Jacksonville took him so high, especially over Teddy. I never understood that, but I was at that game. And by the way, I think that's the loudest I've ever heard Cardinal Stadium when James Quick returned that blocked field goal, I think, or the block punt.
Not
That
even
place was
louder than Notre Dame this year.
It was so loud, man.
Man,
The
I
place
wish I
was
would have been there for
shaking.
that Notre Dame game.
Notre Dame was so loud. It was crazy.
The two games in my lifetime that I actually really regret not being at
Florida
would
State,
be that Notre Dame game and the Hurricane Ivan game.
No. Were you at Lamar's Florida State game?
No, I was at Roos Field watching Cooper Kupp do business.
I was at that game, and oh my god,
I can still remember sitting in the ticket box office watching that game on my iPad.
It was a noon kick, so it would have been a 9 a.m. kick for you.
Yeah, but we had like a noon game out there in Washington. I don't remember. Oh, who were we playing? Were we playing UC Davis? I don't remember who we were playing that day. But we had actually a pretty good team. We actually went into Pullman and beat WSU for my first game that year.
Captain Hampton says, yes, that game still hurts my heart. It hurts all of us, man. Imagine if we had won that game. Like, do you think we would have went to play for the national title or no?
Should have.
Well, and then we got so conservative in the second half. Like, it's like you had Teddy and all those receivers and everything. It's like they wouldn't just open the game up.
That was a frustrating part of Charlie Strong's tenure.
Yeah,
his offenses were so conservative at times. It was so frustrating. And he was such a great coach.
What are you doing?
He made a lot of great decisions. His defenses were great, but UL quarterbacks get drafted at 32 by a team that trades in the first round of tradition. Yes, that's true. Teddy, Lamar. Yeah, it just keeps going.
Browning Nagel about that same spot. I think Browning Nagel was around that too.
Jack Plummer's going first round, number 32 this year. Heard it here first.
Oh, Browning Nagel was drafted by your Jets too.
I remember that, yeah. But he wasn't a first round pick, was he?
Well, he might have been a high second, but he was right around that.
Tactical bro.
People forget
I
how
always
good
remember
Nagel
Teddy
was.
for taking that massive shot first play of the game from Florida, leading to the Super Bowl win. Yep, that was one of the awesome Teddy moments for sure. That's something that everybody's going to remember for a lifetime. He got right back up, and Teddy was awesome that night.
That year was great. Period.
It was.
We
Trey said that Nagel was mid-second, and same with Brian. All I can remember is Brian Brahman is very first play in the preseason throwing interception.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm kind of shocked Brian didn't work out in the league, to be honest.
I am too. I actually always thought he would.
I did too.
And I really liked him going to Green Bay because I thought he would kind of follow that same path where they would transition it.
That's another Louisville quarterback tradition, throwing a pick on your first.
It really is.
Well, Lamar
really
did in
is.
college, though.
Teddy did too. I was at the game.
Teddy did it.
Oh, Teddy did? I don't remember Teddy doing that.
Teddy did it. Lamar did it, and then didn't Malik do it or
I don't know about Malik.
Yeah, Puma Pass might have.
I know for a fact Lamar did. I know for a fact Teddy did.
Yeah,
wasn't Puma Pass's first game against Bama?
Yeah, it was against the dirty ass Bama
we
team
got
that gave up.
Obliterated in that game.
I think we scored the most points against Bama like all year. Because
what a start to a career, dude. Your first game is against Bama.
Against the legendary Bama team.
Yeah. Teddy threw a pick to EKU. Yes, I was at that game. I remember.
I don't remember that game at all.
I'm pretty sure Will Stein started the game, and then Teddy came in. Yeah, Teddy came in like second quarter. They gave him some reps, and first pass was a bomb, and it was a pick. It was horrible. It was like one of the worst picks I've ever seen. And then the rest was history.
Lamar's first pass was on a reverse pass.
Yeah, I remember that play too.
Yeah.
Like against Auburn. We're like, what the hell's going on?
Yep.
Yeah, I was working at Cincinnati for that when that game happened, and one of my coworkers was a huge Auburn fan. And whenever Lamar threw that interception, he was giving me so much shit. That was miserable.
Future UKOC Will Stein. Yeah, that didn't work out how they thought it would.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, too. I never bought that though. Like, I know obviously in professional coaching, like you have to do what's best. And if going to somewhere that you hate.
like,
Right. But I never did buy that he was going to leave Oregon to go there.
Well, I also don't like. Here's my thought. Like, why would I leave Oregon, who's all but guaranteed to be top of the Big Ten and guaranteed a playoff spot, or go to Kentucky and go 7-5?
Yeah. Yeah. I never bought that. I never thought Will was going to UK for sure.
Who do the women got this weekend, Connor?
They beat Georgia Tech by 18 yesterday.
We need somebody to carry the mantle right now with baseball struggling and basketball in the situation, and we don't have spring practice yet. So,
we played Virginia on Sunday. Virginia is
about that game.
Virginia is 13-13.
Okay.
You would think that would be an easy victory, but
yeah. Yeah, we should not lose to Virginia. Let's see. They lost to Notre Dame by 10, and we beat Notre Dame. But then they beat Florida State, so I don't know. I have a feeling it should be fine. It's at noon on Sunday.
There you go. Noon Sunday. Is it at home?
It is, I think. Yes, it is.
All right, get your tickets. GoCards.com.
Exactly. Hey, guys, I'm going to transition into another thing I wanted to talk about tonight. So I was scrolling through Twitter. I happened to see this tweet from Russ Smith, and I'm going to pull it up here. Ash, if you want to get
that was I know which one. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, I retweeted it, and then he followed me right back.
So I'm going to share this tweet here, get our stuff figured out. And
sorry, let me change the banner. Shoot, I'm on a mess right now.
Perfect.
You can't see it, so
I'll zoom in for us here. We'll zoom in. Does that look good, or you need more?
I mean, I can.
Here's what I could do. While you talk about it, I can just make it full screen.
What the heck?
There you go.
Okay. So this is from Russ Smith, talking about, he quoted a tweet from College Basketball Report, and it's college basketball guards that everyone wanted to be in the 2010s. And you go through here, you got John Wall. I would agree with that. John Wall, even though he played at UK, everybody liked John Wall. Carson Edwards, Russ Smith right here. Oklahoma had Buddy Hield and Trae Young. I would agree. Lonzo Ball.
Who the hell wants to be Tyler Ennis?
Yeah, I didn't understand. Or Michael Carter Williams. Like, come on. But Russ made a really long tweet.
Wait, was Kemba not on there?
Kimba was on there.
Kimba was on there. Kimba and Shabazz Napier as well. So
no one wants to be Shabazz either because he couldn't eat.
That's also true. But Russ made a really long tweet going about his accolades and stuff, and I thought it was so on brand for Russ Smith.
It was all over the place, though.
It really is. It has no like direction to it. It's all over the place.
There's no flow at all.
But that's exactly how Russ was. So it was so on brand. I just had to share it. Talking about how many shots he was taking a game and scoring wise, no question, Russdiculous was elite. He trademarks it. Oh, this is funny.
The Waffle House part was my favorite.
The Waffle House part is hilarious.
Me too.
It's so
but no
good.
mention of his bourbon.
Yeah, no, he didn't mention the bourbon, which, by the way, I have that, and it's actually pretty legit.
It is actually good.
It's pretty good. So
that was good.
A funny tweet from Russ. Russ, like, where does Russ rank in your all-time like favorite players at U of L? Because for me, obviously, because I'm younger, he's going to be more towards the top for me, and Connor, I assume, as well. But Ash, like, you've seen a lot of basketball, so
like, what's hard for me is like Russ was an elite player, but on that team, he might have been my third favorite player.
Peyton and Gorgie, and
Peyton and Gorgie, I think are rank higher on like my favorite players list.
Yeah. So, obviously, if we're talking the best, I would assume he would be number one.
Yeah.
because there's always a difference between like who's better and who's your favorite. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mike Mara is the best shooter on that team. What do you mean?
Well, according to Rick, he was
best 3-point shooter of all time. Mike Mara. That game he had against Syracuse in the Carrier Dome was pretty awesome, though. I don't remember what year that was.
Okay, I'm looking back at this list. But who the hell wanted to be Frank Mason?
I almost said that earlier, but I was I don't want to get
Jimmer, I get it. Oladipo, Trae Young, Lonzo, I get it. Russ, Carson Edwards, I even get. John Wall, but Trey Burke too. But Michael
even
Carter
if you're
Williams,
talking about
Frank
favorites,
Mason.
Preston Knowles might be more of a favorite for me because he was Russ before Russ, like because he threw up some really crazy and bad shots at times.
Right.
Preston Knowles was on the team that lost to Moorhead, right?
There we go. Preston, yes,
Preston got hurt.
Preston got hurt in the game.
That's like I think I was in 6th grade when that happened. Like
what year was that? 2011?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, because 13, I was in 8th grade and we won the national championship.
Yeah, it was 2011, the year before we went to the Final Four, lost to UK. I was pretty young.
I have a question about that year, that 2012 Final Four. Does that just have a huge taint for you guys? Like, is it tainted?
What?
Is that year just tainted? Like,
what are you asking?
But like, it's hard to really think back on it fondly because we lost to UK in the Final Four. Like,
I kind of think of it as like the start of a mini dynasty or run for us. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I think. It was kind of the beginning to that. Trey says, "Whoa, yeah, that was."
I didn't use the best of words.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. But no, I kind of think of it as like the beginning of like a great stretch of basketball for us. You know what I mean? Like,
it was so good.
That team really broke through, and they were the craziest thing is they weren't that good until they got to the Big East tournament.
Yeah,
like they were an okay
good
team.
At everything there for so long.
Yeah, they were an okay team, but that Big East tournament really just they took off.
The 2013 Big East tournament I watched from New York. I was not there. I was on Long Island, and I was watching it with my cousin, and like we're down 15 in the first half, and I'm like, this is over. And then second half, it's like, holy shit, we're gonna win. And he's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, what do you want me to say? We just went on like a 30-5 run. Like,
yep.
Like he didn't understand. Like he played lacrosse. Like no hate on lacrosse, but like he was not one of those dudes that like cared about anything.
Yeah,
football, basketball, anything like that. Like he didn't get it. And I swear to you, the next day I made my dad go get me a New York Post so I could have the back page of it.
Nice.
I have it at home.
That
09 team, Quentin McCauley brought up Edgar Sosa, T. Will, and all them. That 09 team was so good too. The number 1 overall seed in the tournament. We obliterated Arizona in that Sweet 16.
I remember that. I was going to bring that up.
We just blew the doors off.
Is that the first year that we played in Rupp?
No, we played in Rupp in
07.
Yeah.
07.
Because it was Edgar's freshman year that we played in Rupp, and Edgar went for like 30 some points against.
Dude, I left after that game. I thought Edgar was the truth, man. I thought he was going to be the GOAT. He was
the next one, man. I thought he was.
Oh my god!
So what's so funny is in the state of Kentucky, the NCAA tournament is an excused absence from school.
Is it really?
Yeah. So my dad got tickets to the Rupp games, and he took me out of school.
I was at those games,
and they used it as an excused absence because it was, I don't know what they said, but it was basketball related.
We blew the doors off of Stanford in the first round, and they had the Lopez brothers in that game.
That 2009 team though, that was just sad how they underachieved.
I went to both of those games, and I was so mad when we lost to Michigan State.
That team underachieved. I'm sorry. And
Well,
I know a lot of people bring up rumors of what T will, and I'm not going to go into that. But
Yeah, I mean,
oh boy.
yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But that team underachieved for sure. That Desmond says they choked. They really did. That was a choke.
well, and people forget we
down,
almost
really.
lost in Dayton.
To which team?
I
know it's they made the Siena game kind of interesting for a minute.
Yeah, the Siena game's what I'm thinking
pulled
of.
away.
They pulled away late, but
Siena's ass this year. They are terrible.
Well, back then Siena used to be like
off
pretty
topic,
legit.
but Siena's ass this year. They're like
was that Fran McCaffrey that was at Siena then?
I don't know if he was the coach then, but I know he was there for a minute.
Yeah,
but
I think
back
Fran
then Siena was
at
legit.
Siena, and then now he's obviously at Iowa. But
and his son is dating Caitlin Clark.
How you know that? I don't. But well. Insert Mike Tomlin. We do not care. Anyway. But
we know somebody in Discord who cares.
True.
Where's Corion's neck? Where's he at?
That's true. I'm looking at the chat. Nobody's really saying anything else. I remember 2013 when we lost to Duke the first time. We played them, and I wanted to run it back. Yeah, that was in that
Battle for Atlantis.
Battle for Atlantis, yeah. Got him back. Made sure enough we won again in the tourney. Yep. I remember that one. That's the infamous Kevin Ware game too.
I cried in a Buffalo Wild Wings when Kevin.
I was at a Roosters. I was at Roosters for that one. I'll remember.
The year that really, I still say, what if it was 14 though, because we blew the doors off of UConn all 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, we obliterated UConn 3 times that season.
That was the AAC year,
championship. It's like, come on.
It was the AAC year.
Yeah.
Russ's final year, Hancock's final year,
and we won the AAC tournament by like 25.
And then didn't we lose to Michigan State in the Elite Eight? Is that the year?
No, we lost to Kentucky in 14. We lost to the Harrison Twins.
Yeah, we lost in the Sweet 16.
Oh, okay.
In Indianapolis to the Harrison Twins.
I didn't remember losing to Kentucky that year, but that team, I felt like should have gone further. And the fact that we just obliterated UConn all 3 times.
Looking something up about that 2014 team.
So was it 15 that we lost to Michigan State then?
When Mango missed it?
I don't remember who missed the shot. I just remember we lost to Michigan State a second time, and we lost to them in 09, but I'm pretty sure we lost to them again like in 15.
Pretty sure Mango missed free throws against Michigan State in 15.
And I think we beat Florida before we lost to Michigan State.
So listen to this about that 2014 team, because I just remember this. We were talking about it. So that was that one year that we were in the AAC.
Yeah.
We were ranked number 5 going into the AAC tournament. In the quarterfinals, we played Rutgers. Do you remember we beat them 92-31? 92-31. In the first half, it was 58-16.
Remember when we could beat teams like that? Now we're getting
wheelchair Jimmy. We're not going to the CBI. Let's not do
that. Now we're getting beaten by teams like that.
What was our seed going into the NCAA tournament that year? Do you know?
I don't think we got a good seed.
I think we got screwed again because
we got like a 4 seed. We got like a.
It was like the year.
Sweet 16.
It was like 05 because if you remember in 05 we were ranked number 4 in the country and we got a 4 seed. And still a bunch of the University of Washington fans are still complaining about it because they're like, well, we had to go up against Louisville in the Sweet 16.
Looking it up, I'm pretty sure we got like a 4 seed because wasn't UK the 8 seed in that?
Yeah, so we got a 4 seed twice in a really bad draw.
Yeah, we were the 4 seed. We got
that 05 year. We got a 4 seed when we were ranked 4th in the country, but we still made the Final Four that year. But then in 14, we ended up losing to Kentucky, I guess, but I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
I blocked that game out. I don't like losing to Kentucky, man.
And we were number 5 in the country that year too, and we got a 4 seed. How messed up is that?
That's
Our
twice.
strength of schedule was ass.
But even then, the AAC then they had Cincinnati, who was pretty solid that year, and they had Memphis, and they were pretty solid. So it's like, I know the teams in the bottom half were not that good, but it still had some top strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anthony says, "Getting here late. What did Russ tweet?"
It's pretty long.
It's pretty long, and I
he's
can't
all
bring
over
it
the
back
place.
up. It's all over the place, but there was like a list of like guards that everybody wanted to be in the 2010s, and Russ was on there, and he quoted it and went over every single accomplishment he had over the last.
What
like,
I didn't
15
understand
years.
though is when I was reading his tweet, is I was expecting to go to the original tweet and see that he was snubbed, but then he was on the list.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's what totally threw me, because I
just saw it. I was like,
expecting
this
he
is
got
the most
snubbed.
Russdiculous thing I think I've ever seen. So
Okay.
we had to do it.
So Ty, I'm looking at our schedule from 2013-14. Our non-conference schedule was ass.
I'm sure it probably was.
Charleston, Hofstra, Cornell, Hartford, Fairfield.
Oh, Pitino never scheduled well out of conference. I'm not gonna. Our out of conference schedules were always really bad.
Well, that's probably why we didn't get a good seed that year, because it was terrible.
Well, and then the league was not that good.
Yeah.
At least when in the Big East years, the conference made up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news for Bengals fans listening to the pod: T. Higgins has been franchise tagged.
I was wondering if he was going to make it to free agency or not, but apparently he will not be. He's going to get franchise tag.
The Ravens should make a trade for him.
Wheelchair Jimmy says, hindsight is 2020, but good Lord, we should not have fired Pitino.
Oh, I thought that said we should have fired Pitino. I was like, huh?
Yeah. Hindsight is 2020. We all know how it worked out, but
I don't know. I think our coach right now is great. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Okay.
Connor,
we're not.
Let's not do that.
We're not doing that, Connor. Anthony says, I think we go back to back if Shane didn't get booted.
Well,
that 2014 team was, like Ash said, it was really a what if.
It was a good team.
It was. Does 24 okay, so here's a good debate. 2009, which I think we all agree underachieved, but they were so stacked and loaded, versus 2014. Who do you think wins?
Well, I was like 10 in 09, so
you can still have an evaluation.
You can still have an opinion.
So my opinion's going to be 14 because I actually remember.
I think 14 because that 09 team, one thing that people forget is how good that 09 team was. At times they struggled to score because they didn't have a lot of they didn't have a lot of elite shooting from the outside.
Yeah, they're very streaky shooters for sure.
And sometimes T-Will would become a black hole where he was just going to try to get his. So in that team, it made the Elite Eight. Like that's still a pretty good finish.
It's still a good year, but I think we all agree they should have probably won it all, if not been in the Final Four for sure.
It's just I think that 2014 team was a better team overall,
really?
in my opinion. And then if you want to go back to another year, if we're just picking up random years that we're saying what if about, I'll go back to the 03 team, which I know you guys are going to roll your eyes on.
I'm not going to lie, 03 I don't remember.
If Ellis Miles doesn't get hurt that year and the NCAA doesn't screw Marvin Stone to death, like that 03 team was rolling before Ellis got hurt.
I'll take your word for it, but
they were beating teams by like 30, 40 points. Reese Gaines was going nuts every night. Like that 03 team was really good, but then Ellis, of course, hurt his knee. Of course, if he doesn't get hurt, then we don't have him for 05. So it kind of worked out in that regard. But that 03 team, and then the NCAA, because some guy named Marvin Stone got a Western Union money in Atlanta while Marvin Stone was documented as in class in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
They said he was ineligible because of that Marvin Stone in Atlanta receiving money.
I'm too
NIL before NIL was a thing.
Yeah, but there was no way that was the same guy. Like, but the the Marvin Stone in Atlanta refused to cooperate with the NCAA because he's like, this is my business.
Weird. The NCAA loves screwing up a lot of things.
Apparently, the state of Tennessee said, "Fuck it, we're going to do whatever we want." So
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, Pat. The 2009 team was really good defensively, especially Earl was so long that he could really cause problems a lot of times for the other team. Several guys on that team. Oh, yeah. And Kyle, you are absolutely right. This is why I've always hated Tom Crean, because when Ellis went down, and you guys can go pull the tapes on this, because Ellis goes down because he tore his ACL, and Tom Crean runs out on the floor saying he's faking it. Because Ellis, if you guys don't remember, Ellis was like a 45% free throw shooter. And this was like in the last, like maybe 20 seconds left in the game. So Ellis was going to have to go to the free throw line. And of course, Ellis tore his ACL. And so Louisville got to sub him out and pick who they wanted to shoot. Like, and this was before, because they changed it now. Yep. Now the opposing team gets to pick the free throw shooter. But back then you didn't get to do that. Like Patino got to pick who shot the free throws. And so Tom Crean accused Ellis Miles of faking it. And of course, he was out for a whole season after. He didn't play the 04 season at all.
The only thing I remember of Tom Crean is when he kissed his son, like Peter Jock, like Peter Jock says. And that is true, yes.
Or when they beat Kentucky and they have the gif of him going like this.
Yeah, that was whatever. Anyways, what do you think about wrapping up here, guys?
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I just want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you like this particular episode. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. Turn on those notifications so you know when we're going live in the future. But other than that, Connor, do you got anything else tonight?
I think you need to say the magic words into the camera.
That is true.
I already said it during the game.
I don't remember that. Do you, Connor? I don't remember it. You need to look in the camera right now.
I was like, I don't know this, so I'm not.
He said it very like in passing, so we couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I'm not as smart as Connor. There we go.
There we go.
Hi, what do you got for your final words here?
Thank you everybody who tuned in tonight. Seriously, like I know this isn't our normal thing, but we're gonna get the Fridays up and rolling, and we'll get it more. We'll have more concrete stuff to do and things like that. But
wait till NCAA 25 comes out.
Wait till that comes out. There's going to be big stuff there that I want to do with you guys. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. Seriously, we appreciate all of you guys. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Thank you all. Go Cards.
Go Cards.